As an American, I live in a first world country that still hasn't adopted universal health care and shows no signs of doing so in my lifetime. I don't know if that problem is more dominantly rooted in a misunderstanding of the universal health care proposition, apathy and ignorance combined on the subject, or what is in my opinion the deeply illogical financial philosophy on the matter held by many, though not all, American conservatives. The concept of universal health care works like most government-run programs such as roads, police, and firefighters. Society recognizes that those things are all highly beneficial to have, but it's impractical to pay for them on an individual basis. Paying a toll for every block or mile of roads you drive on will be a logistic headache and exclude people who need those roads for emergency scenarios or societal contributions, even if they can't afford to use them at all times. It would also be impractical to call a fire station to come put out your burning home, then send you a bill. Likewise, in a nation that offers universal health care, citizens pay more in taxes, but don't have to pay copious sums of cash every time they or their children get sick. It's because of the currently privatized healthcare system in America that almost any middle-class American is one major health crisis away from living in poverty, and that those who live in poverty already tend to end up relying on government assistance anyway, lest their children die of pneumonia in the streets. That brings us to the topic of what I consider to be one of the biggest scams in the history of capitalism: insurance. Here's the basic breakdown of how insurance works. Doctor's visits are expensive, and the visits that lead to them finding out something is significantly wrong with you are fucking expensive. So, if you're a middle-class American, you manage to afford a doctor's visit by giving a certain clump from your paycheck each month to an insurance company. If you end up with major medical bills, most insurance companies will then cover some, usually most, of it, while you still pay some of it for yourself, and that's called a copay. Then, they'll charge you more money each month as a punishment for actually using the service you paid into. If you never see a single physician, you never get back a dime of the money you paid into your insurance company. That money partially goes towards paying for the insurance buyers who do need it from the same company, but it mostly becomes the profit of the very wealthy insurance companies who consider themselves to run a noble profession of helping people, while they really use fear tactic advertising to prey off of scared and or sickly people. Now, I'm not bashing insurance companies here just because their businesses screw over their customers. Selling something that people don't really need for a price that's too high is how most businesses make money in a capitalist economy. I'm just pointing out that in my opinion, certain needs should be provided by a society to its citizens rather than packaged and sold to them like a commodity. So the rigidly conservative philosophy I alluded to earlier works as follows. I don't want my taxes paying for someone else's health care. Hell, it might go towards people who don't even have jobs, or had more kids than they could afford to take care of. It's not fair that I do the hard work and I'm responsible and someone else gets something for nothing because of what I paid into my taxes. Think about it though. If you get sick, your bills are completely paid for by those taxes. If you don't get sick, wouldn't you rather know that the money you paid into the system is going to benefit those in urgent need of medical assistance, rather than lining the pockets of some CEO at the top of an ever-growing pile of money so high they get oxygen funneled to them from gold-plated tanks? I certainly would. An argument which stands against universal health care is the same one that goes against any taxes. People don't want to have to pay for a necessary service through a means decided for them. They want the option to keep their money for themselves and spend it how they please, not being forced to spend it on a service they may not need, even if it was used to help people. Those people are extremists of the anti-tax philosophy, though, unless they're able to point out the difference between public health care, public roads, or public libraries, for example. There are ironclad, common-sense arguments that offer why the whole society benefits from the provision of those services, and I'm all for the competition of private health care existing for those who choose to opt out of paying taxes. I'm confident, however, that for insurance companies to compete with a public option that covers medical needs effectively as Denmark or Canada without a copay, that they'd have to charge premiums far more than what it would cost to simply pay for that tax. The real kicker is that multiple states have determined it would be significantly less expensive to have a universal healthcare system that covers everybody than it is to continue upholding the current system. All the other industrialized nations that offer universal health care spend less per capita than America does. It's projected to be cheaper by billions of dollars per state, which in turn could lead to significant tax cuts. So why we haven't adopted a federal universal health care system is a mystery to me. It's not like our political system is so corrupt that its leaders are elected and maintained by wealthy constituents such as insurance company owners who gladly pay to keep their obsolete professions in business, or that the bulk of the populace is so scared of change that they consider anything that's good for the whole of the country to be worthy of some evil branding like communism or socialism. Oh, God damn it!